Welcome and welcome back, everybody, to the OK Grogdarn Show. Today is Wednesday, August 28th, 2024, 10 a.m. Central in beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. I got word recently from Gary Con XVII, which will take place next March 20 to 23rd. That's in 2025 in beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. I got word that some events got approved. They're not officially scheduled yet. Hey, the Vince himself is in the chat. Hey, Vince, I'm going to warn you. Spectrum, once again, as per last week, is having some connectivity issues, so this may drop out at any time. The recording will keep going because that happens on my side of things anyway, so I'll still get to make the show, but I might disappear from the internet. So if I do, don't worry about things. I'll upload it later once the internet is restored. I even got an email this time saying they have problems in the area, unlike last week when it was a equipment failure and I wound up having to get a new modem and router combination, but I hadn't changed that equipment in here for quite some time, so it was overdue. In any event, that's a whole nother story. The important thing is to talk about Gary Con 17 next March. That artwork is by the excellent Chet Minton. He's been doing stuff all over the place and has become quite a staple in the RPG hobby space. And he does a lot of great work, and it's nice to see him get that done. Thanks to Luke for doing us another year of Gary Con. I'm looking forward to it big time. I have entered my Gary Con events. Which one is this? Let's see. I gotta figure it out. Oh, I see. Okay. I think it's those. I guess we could turn off the other one while we're at it. There we go. Try to make it look cool. Like it's a thing. Like it's a process. Hey, maybe we can bigify that just a little bit. Stick it into my head just a little. Oh, look out. Look out. Okay. Those of you listening to this on the audio version will find that it's not quite as exciting because you can't see me ducking from the graphics that are coming at us. I would do this on two screens, but again, having some issues with equipment, so, and don't want to risk it. Anyway, I'm doing the usual thing, but I am scheduling it differently. I used to regularly run a Saturday night D&D game. Last year, I added a Saturday afternoon event and cut out running Divine Right. Another fella is doing that now on the regular, so it's given me an opportunity to run more first edition D&D, which I like to do, as you know. I'm still running Civilization on Sunday. Now, these are the tentative times. Thursday at 11, 6 hours, so that'll go from 11 in the morning until 5 in the evening. It'll give me an hour to grab a bite to eat and goof around for a little bit until 6 o'clock, when another 6-hour session will start, and that will run until midnight. Tentatively, some of my regulars who've been playing at Gary Con since Gary Con 2 together have seats in the second session staked out, but there are several open. The afternoon spot, I'm hoping some of my local regulars, Vince, that's you, I'm talking to you, will grab up spots in that or the other one. So there'll be 3 open seats for the evening, and I think I have 5 open seats. Maybe it's 6 for the afternoon. I'll have to double check on that. It's important to know. Well, once the schedule opens and they get approved, that's when those will be finalized anyway. The submissions are approved. Their locations and these are tentative times, preferred start times. So that isn't fully approved just yet, but that will happen soon, I am sure, once they start putting the whole schedule together. And then we'll all know. And at that point, everything will be finalized, including the number of seats. Vince, I hope you and Sarah will both join me in one of those games. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm intending to continue doing the Mega Dungeon thing like I did last year and kind of ramped up toward in our campaign before it wound down just before Gary Con. I think that's what we'll be doing in late October when the local campaign group reconvenes for a one-shot during the end of October, affectionately called Marktoberfest, as everyone knows. The last 8 days of October around here are known as Marktoberfest. That's from my birthday on the 24th until and through Halloween, those last 8 days. The Oct in October is for 8, so it has to be 8 days. That's how that works, right? I mean, any fool knows that. I know that. And it'll be a lot of fun. We'll not only play that game. Oh, look at that. Oh, that guy looks like he's a best viewers on, trying to throw in a link into my chat on Twitch. Well, that means Twitch is working. I think this whole thing is actually coming off on the on Twitch. But once again, I'm going to go over this in case you're an audio listener to this. A lot of this with the graphics doesn't make a lot of difference. Thursday at 11 a.m., 6 hours. This is during Gary Con next year. So 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then the second session, The Ruins of Dawn and Dusk, 1E, A, D, and D. Second session, 6 p.m. till midnight. There will only be a few seats open for that. 5 or 6 open for the afternoon. And then, of course, Sunday at 10 a.m. That's another 6-hour game. It's a big old civilization game. If you haven't played, you really ought to give it a try. It's a classic Avalon Hill game. Unlike a lot of their war games, this is a non-dice game, so it's move your civilization around as it grows and your population, and take advantage of resources and build a tech tree, much like what Sid Meier's did later, based on the back of this game here. You'd be amazed at the way the two mesh together. But that civilization game is a classic, and it's one I love to run every year. John Johnson always has a seat in that saved for him. But another 4 seats are open, so we'll get 6 players and we can have a blast. It's a long one. You should get to know the game before you to come play it if you can, because that'll speed up the jumping in process. It's also a game where it's your turn, and there's a lot of kibitzing and diploming in between different civilizations as they grow and start to get in each other's way. So that's a good time. Anyway, all 3 of those have been tentatively approved. They need to have their start times finalized and their locations where they will be played at Gary Con set in stone. That'll come when events open for registration. Hey, I want to thank everybody. I appreciate you stopping in, Vince, and XFlame123, who was helpfully giving us a link so we could get more viewers. Banhammer, boom. Anyway, this something to remember. We've been talking about Gary Con XVII March 20 to 23rd, 2025 in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Do not forget the show streams live on Twitch each Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central, and then it's archived on YouTube. Thank you very much. Be sure to subscribe and follow and all the other good stuff. Feel free to make comments. Thanks to our Patreon supporters. The links are provided in the show notes. Tom Tullis of Fat Dragon Games, Carlos Lysing of Castle Entertainment, Heath Farndon of the D&D 20, Dave O'Brien, Heidi and Eric Gygax Garland of Gaxland, Vince Ragusa of, a.k.a. the Vince himself, Unauthorized User. Didn't see him today. We'll see him next time. And, as always, Shane Bradley, DM Extraordinaire. This has been the OK Grognard Show from beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Thank you, and bye-bye.